Hi, we are back. We are going home now. Okay, today was one of the easiest, one of the most pleasant. Okay, I just took my dogs to the trimming salon to have their teeth brushed, right? And sometimes I feel a bit. Since I'm neurotic, sometimes I have bad days there. I can't expect what is happening, right? Oh my goodness, it's very dangerous to get into the road. Okay, anyway. And sometimes I have bad days there. Sometimes I have good days, and today is the one of the easiest day. There was nothing wrong there, so I'm happy about this. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about the friendship or trust, because it takes time to nurture or develop trusts with people. So you have to be patient. You have to be patient, and you have to give. You have to continue giving something toward someone else. And if you respect someone, if you really respect someone, you have to keep giving, okay? And most of the time I give my comments to people. It's like a one-way road, one-way street. One way, because most of the time the other person doesn't care much about me, because he or she doesn't know much about me. I'm the only one who knows about that person very well, because I've been watching someone else's videos, right? So, okay, I'm determined to be patient and try not to leave the person. Even before developing relationships or trusts with that person. Even though it is just a one-way relationship, but I think if I am respecting the other person, I think I should be patient enough to the person. I'm not sure if I'm making myself understood, because as I'm saying this, I can't really understand what I'm talking about myself. So it would be difficult for you to understand what I'm talking about, but I tend to act like impatient, just because I'm scared of getting hurt. So I used to say goodbye to the other person before I will be told goodbye from the other person. That's basically how I did for people in my life, but I decided not to do this. Even though the relationship is just one way for a certain amount of time at first, if I'm respecting the other person, then I'll keep giving my attention, interests, affection, or anything toward the other person. What have you found? What have you found? Okay, I'm talking to one of my dogs anyway, okay. I was talking about the Japanese 25-year-old Japanese guy I happened to find the other day on YouTube, and I was quite surprised to hear him speaking English because his English is very good. I didn't expect his English to be that good. So the video which came up in my recommended several times back to back in a row for a week or so was titled Could You Evaluate My English or something like that. And I didn't pay much attention to the video at first, but since it came up continuously many times, every time I opened the YouTube app, it began to make me feel a bit annoyed. But as I explained in my recent video titled This 25-year-old Japanese guy inspired me so much, I couldn't resist myself from clicking on it. Well, actually, the first video of his I watched was not that video that was shown in my recommended though, okay? But as soon as or did I watch that video too? I'm not sure. I've watched several of his videos so far, and his English is very good, okay, but he's still he's not satisfied with his English, and he thinks that his pronunciation especially needs to be improved, and he should use more variety of expressions, not just using the same ones over and over again, okay? But I think what he is doing on his channel is fantastic. He expresses his thought and feelings and his opinions very clearly, and unlike what I'm doing, when he speaks, he chooses the right word very carefully, but surely, and it's not that he speaks English very fast or quickly or something like that. No, but his English is correct with almost no mistake. It's just that I can't find any mistakes, but okay. But still, the way he delivers his speech seems to be very pleasant, okay, relaxing. It's confusing. It sounds relaxing, and I love it very much. And as Japanese, I respect him so much. I'm proud of him, because for Japanese, learning English to that degree, okay, where you can express yourself clearly as a means of communication, is something extraordinary. It's not easy for us Japanese to improve English to that level in the first place. So I really I'm proud of him in that respect, and he speaks very beautifully, although he isn't satisfied with his English himself. But in his latest video, he says that he now believes that he should appreciate what he has already, not lament about what he doesn't have. And I think that's the key to becoming happy. Myself, okay, I strongly believe this. And at the age of 25, he already noticed the secret. I think that's great, and he can speak English, right? His English really is great. And if he is worried about his, for example, his pronunciation, his usage of language, it sounds like he's just worried about the outer thing, like how he looks when he speaks English, how he sounds when he speaks English. But that's not the most important thing. And this is what I realized for the first time by listening to him speaking English. Actually, I used to be one of the people who think that way. I mean, when I speak English, how I sound and how I look is the most important thing. So I should be speaking English, sounding like a native speaker. I assumed that mattered most. But now, I can say firmly that when you speak English, your message is the most important thing. Okay? It's not that how you sound. It's not that how your pronunciation is like, sounds like. Okay. Yeah, the better your pronunciation is, the better. Okay? Because you can make yourself understood more easily. And if your pronunciation is good, then the other person can understand you, and the people listening to your English are not stressed out. It's very important. But you having your message or something that you want to convey to the other person, to other people, is much, much, much more important. So, in this respect, I really want to learn more about things around me, so that I can express and I can explain things to other people through English. I want to be aware of things happening around me, things happening in the world, things happening in our own country, and having my own opinion about those things is the most important thing, I guess. Not I guess, but I firmly believe so. And just because I watched his videos in which he's speaking English so beautifully, and he tries to express his thought calmly, in a calm manner. I was quite impressed, and I really want to be like him. Okay, and he's much younger than I am. He has lots of future ahead of him. I envy him, actually. I envy him to be able to speak English at a young age. His future is bright, very bright. When I was 25, I was having my second daughter. My second daughter was on the way. I have already a 4-year-old daughter, and I was very young. I was very naive. I was very innocent. I still, at that time, hadn't started studying English back then. I started studying English when I was 28. So 3 years later, I finally started studying English, which would change my life later in my life. Okay, and now I'm learning my third language, okay, Spanish. And too bad that I have much time, because I really spend most of my time improving my English, so I don't have much time on improving my Spanish at the moment. But I try to watch as many YouTube videos as possible, and I happen to find this very interesting Spanish language video channel. Okay, it deals with stories, and nowadays there are many such channels out there. Channels deal with stories, okay, and the method they use is comprehensible input, and but the videos that the channel has is very interesting in that, okay, first, Spanish sentence is read, okay, then English translation is read. This way we can understand what the sentence means in English, right? And since I want to improve both English and Spanish at the same time, it's the most ideal kind of video, okay? Because I can listen to both English and Spanish at the same time, right? And then, okay, after the translation, instead of another new sentence is read, but the same sentence, the previous sentence is read in Spanish again. In this way, since I already understood the meaning of the sentence by listening to the translation, English translation, the next time I listen to the same sentence, I can catch everything more clearly, and this is good for my comprehensible input. And if the sentence is read only once, and then the next time the translation, and the next time the new sentence is read, I can't understand the sentence this much. So that's why the way they do in their videos is the most ideal way. And there are several different kinds of videos. I think they're still experimenting to find out which way they should do. And for some videos of theirs, there's only each sentence is only read once, but other videos the same sentence is read twice, and in between there is this translation. I think this way works much better for me, because this way I can understand the whole sentences 100%, and it's better for my comprehensible input. So, but funny thing is that some of their videos have some mistakes, or even audio. There's some mistakes in their audio, and I don't know why this happens, because if you are a real person reading the lines, then it's impossible for you to make a mistake, but I just wondered if they use AI to read each lines. I don't know. But another thing that I find their videos very interesting is that their stories consist of many lines spoken by 3 or 4 people in just one story. Okay, there are 3 or 4 people appear in each story, and both the Spanish sentence and the English translation are read by the same person. If this is the line spoken by a girl, okay, then Spanish sentence and English translation are read by this girl. Okay, I can tell this by listening to the both lines, because same voice. Okay, both lines use the same voice, and this is very interesting to me, because as I said somewhere in my previous videos, here and there, I admire people who can speak more than 2 or 3 languages fluently. In this case, the voice actors are ones who are bilingual or even trilingual. I'm not sure, but those people can speak 2 languages, English and Spanish, fluently, right? And I admire such people more. Or I even admire people who can speak more than 3 languages, because if you speak your mother tongue fluently, it's something normal, right? Everybody can speak your mother tongue fluently, right? But when it comes to your foreign languages, if you can speak your foreign languages fluently by learning and practicing, okay, then it's even more exciting and fantastic. Don't you think so? So that's why I really admire such people who study and practice their foreign languages after being an adult. Okay. And so every time I listen to their story read by some voice actors or AI, I don't know, but since both Spanish lines and English lines are read by the same person, there are 3 or 4 people, different people in the same story though. It turns me on, okay, because they sound really cool. They can speak both languages fluently. So that's another thing that I find that videos of that channel. Very, very interesting. Okay. Alright, so. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The dog started barking. Oh, I'm sorry. No way. Oh my goodness. I know that woman. She was bringing or taking 2 dogs, and I have spoken to her once, twice, many times so far, and she knows me too. But we haven't seen each other for, let's see, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. Because actually I tried to avoid her. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna talk about this some other time too. Okay. Oh my goodness. Every time he found some dogs, he barks. I'm sorry to give you such trouble. Okay. Here I am at my house. Okay, I'm going to park my car. I parked my car and I'm gonna go home now. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow too. I really hope that you have a great weekend very soon. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye.